You guys, I just want this year to be over because it's been really hard. It's almost over. It's coming to a close. But I just want to hug people again. I want to experience life the way that I did before this year. I don't even think I took advantage of life the way that I should have. I feel like I missed out on my 24th year of life, and I know that's dramatic, but this year has been honestly like I'm ready for it to be over, but I don't even know if this year is like the beginning of something worse. You know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness, I hate 2020. I can't stand it. This was the worst, best year. This is what 2020 taught me. Lesson 1. Life is unpredictable. This year started out normally for the most part. The first day of 2020 was a fresh start for many. It ends the first week of working at my new job. Then the unsettling reminder that without notice, life can take a disastrous turn. A distant sorrow comes into close proximity. We are reminded of the cruel nature of life and the daunting task of not losing ourselves in the midst of loss. Lesson 2. Take nothing for granted. Weekends are usually the highlight of our weeks. We make plans with friends, and sometimes, most times, we cancel. But a new year makes people want to be with friends, with family. I enjoyed getting ready for a night out with my ladies, dressing up to go to the city, hair done, makeup done, a complete look. A routine taken for granted, because they are moments shared with old friends, new friends, and friends you may lose touch with. An outing, a vacation, a ladies' night out, held off for too long, could be the last one for a while, spent intimately with friends. Lesson 3. No one has all the answers. A change in routine and a change in circumstance. With news of a fast-spreading virus, the world is on lockdown. Questions start pouring in, with more questions than answers. The virus is not airborne. You don't need to wear a mask. A narrative that soon changed, with instructions to stay home and wear your masks. Companies, businesses closed for how long? Working from home for how long? When will life get back to normal? When will this virus go away? More questions, not enough answers, and more uncertainty. A lesson that no amount of expertise can truly prepare you against the expert in throwing curveballs. Life. Lesson 4. Make the best of dire situations. The world was met with a challenge and had to learn how to adjust. Our personal worlds were met with a challenge and we had to adjust. A hopeless situation filled with uncertainty became an opportunity to just be. Many of us had to learn to slow down, adjust to a new pace. We were now able to be with our families at home. We baked, cooked, gotta keep our health up there, you know? Played games, FaceTimed, read, watched movies.
Yeah, it's him. Oh no.
Prayed, went for walks. We made the best of this new and unfamiliar life, and we learned to smile and laugh in the face of confusion and unpredictability.
Can't go pear-shaped if you're starting on the wrong side.
Y'all, this is how we wash our hands during Corona. What song should I sing? Okay. Now what?
I feel so much sadness for my fellow nurses and sisters and brothers that have lost their lives taking care of people. I feel bad for the patients who aren't living, especially the ones that are hanging on by a thread.
Lesson 5. Not all heroes wear capes. Our frontline workers quickly became heroes of today. They were finally getting the recognition they deserved. A hero is defined as a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Our nurses and doctors are much to be admired and commended for their courage displayed during this pandemic. I could not imagine the amount of anxiety and struggle faced by each healthcare professional. They are first-hand witnesses to the effects of this virus. Their nobleness should never be forgotten.
Just because we're like a healthcare worker that we are somehow immune to this and we're not. I cried the whole way home in the Uber tonight.
Which leads me to a follow-up lesson within this lesson. Do not bite the hand that feeds you. While many of us admire our frontline workers, we contradicted our admiration when we broke quarantine guidelines, when we ignored reminders to wear our masks, when we openly denied the reality of this virus. An applause in the face, but a knife in the back. No, not all heroes wear capes. Some wear PPE, and others wear their pajamas, stay at home, and listen to life-saving instructions. So thank you guys so much. Thank you all our doctors, our nurses, our technicians, everybody who is doing their part to keep us safe during this pandemic. From the bottom of my heart, you guys rock. Thank you.
Left foot, right foot, now left foot. One hand, one hand. Two hands, two hands. Hit your rollie, hit that rollie. Do your dance, Now lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock.
Lesson 6. It's okay not to be okay. Undoubtedly, this year took a toll on our mental state. Many of us were forced to face inner battles, and we are still fighting. Some of us tried to hide our struggle to the point where it consumed us. But I learned to acknowledge my daily fight with anxiety. I learned to cry when I needed to just let it out and breathe. I was not happy with our situation. I am still not happy. But I acknowledge every solemn moment and thought for what it is, and I accept it. When I couldn't smile, I wouldn't. I didn't force myself to be positive, but I allowed myself to feel all the feels. And then I took my pen and started writing again. I took a break when I needed to. I opened up to my mom, dad, brother. I prayed and prayed. I sang loud and danced to Selena Quintanilla.
Ay, cómo me duele. Hey. Ay, cómo me duele.
Lesson 7. Change is always good, even when it's not. If anyone had shown me the trailer to the year 2020, I would have begged to skip the year entirely. But sometimes we watch a movie trailer thinking we've seen the whole movie until we see the whole movie. And it was still bad. But 2020 was a year of change, adjustment, adapting. We all had to learn how to live life differently. How to interact in new ways. Wedding dates were changed. Wedding ceremonies, anniversaries made their way to Zoom. Hey guys, so today we are about to celebrate our parents' 35th wedding anniversary. We're having a little surprise for them on Zoom. I'm kind of anxious and nervous because it's really short notice, but we have different family and friends that are gonna log in. I just want to give a shout out to Christine and Idodu. Thank you so much for Christine for giving me the idea and pushing me to do it. So we're about to do it. I can't wait to see the reaction. We've already given them little surprises today.
Oh, no.
Oh, how sweet.
You guys are.
Oh, thank you. See? All right. No, it's here.
We spent them with just each other.
Hey, who is this? I'm Italia. Thank you.
Hi, friend.
Friends became closer, while some became more distant. Yet, this change brought clarity in different aspects of our lives. I'd like to think that this year changed me, in some ways, for the better. I learned to try new things, do my own hair,
Hi.
call someone to tell them they were on my mind.
Check on you, 'cause
I met new
know-
people.
I know.
I learned to look at my faults, not as barricades, but as stepping stones. I learned to let go and let God. I learned to take every change in life with a side of hope. Lesson 8. You are not alone. Everyone was met with unforgiving circumstances this year. We could see and hear the gloominess in friends and family. Even when we weren't sure what we were feeling, we showed up for each other. We made little gestures for our loved ones to show how much we cared.
So lovely.
We wrote letters, cards, sent gifts to make this year a little less cruddy. In some ways, it was comforting to know that all around the world, everyone could relate. We all had one thing in common, trying to make it through the year.
It's been a year, I think, still adjusting, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna get adjusted. It feels like you're just getting by every, like, whatever. So I don't know if you know, at least I know I didn't. It's what, December, and I'm not adjusted. You know, you do it because you have to, but you know.
I hear you. I'm definitely not adjusted either.
Honestly, there were many lessons learned this year. And as I reflect on 2020 and all its enlightenment, I'll move forward one day at a time and count my blessings because I survived the worst, best year.